So this is going to be a reaction to one of RedArcher's latest videos, my server got DDoSed, which I just want to point out how it's been up for 3 days and it has less than 200 views, and he has over 5K subs, which is kind of sad. Honestly, your channel is kind of just dying. So I mean, if you're having fun with it, whatever, dude. Your $100 Minecraft editing competition has like 4 submissions, and one of those 4 submissions is an exposed video. I'm going to be putting this under the hashtag MediaComp. So yeah, we're just going to play this video here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little lie counter in the top corner of the screen, and I'll be answering every one of those lies or questions or whatever, and giving you maybe my side, or more formally known as the truth. So yeah, let's get into that.
Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to be talking about something serious. Now, before I get further into this video, I do want to clarify that in a recent stream I mentioned that I will be taking this further, legally speaking. I'm not actually supposed to get into the specifics of the legality of this situation.
So he says that he's taking legal action. He actually elaborated on this a lot more earlier, a lot more than he did in this video. He did on a live stream and over DMs, which someone shared with me. And apparently he has a lawyer friend in college that he goes with, and they are helping him with this. So I don't know if he's actually hiring a lawyer or if he's trying to sue me or something, but he did say multiple times that he's taking quote-unquote legal action. So I'd like to see what you have to bring to the table, RedArcher, because as far as I'm concerned, you have absolutely nothing.
Situation in the video, but at the same time I've really seen a lot of my community on YouTube shift into the MediaCraft community, so this video's purpose is really to update everyone.
You literally lost like one of your best creators to Hypixel and Lunar. They stopped making videos on your channel, and now they're getting way more views, solid views, and their editing is way better since they've transitioned away from you. I won't say who, but if you're out there, you know who you are.
Everyone that's potentially affected and give context behind the incident. Basically, I just want to make sure that the player base knows what's going on and why, to put it simply. So, as you may or may not know, I own...
And then he goes on from here, as you may or may not know, I own a Minecraft server, for the next 2 minutes, bragging about his server. I just want to point out this 8-minute and 22-second here. He managed to squeeze a solid 8-minute video out of this DDoS thing and get his video monetized. So good for you, Red. Not only did you get your server quote-unquote DDoS, but you also got it monetized. So good for you, man.
There will always be someone trying to take it down or attack it or whatever, be a jerk about it. So now I'm, of course,
I don't know if he's referencing me or if he's referencing someone else in this situation, but I think it's fair to assume that he is referencing me and maybe a few other people by saying there will always be someone who is trying to be a jerk. I just want to like think back to one of the times where he had a member on his server. I won't say who it was because they asked to remain anonymous, but they were an extremely active member. They produced videos, they brought new members, they were a clutcher, they did really great. They were good friends with Red, or so everyone thought, and it got to the point where they were so annoyed by Red and some of the people in his community that he actually threatened to leak personal information on Red, which may be a little inappropriate, but also that just kind of gives you some insight, kind of gives you an idea of what type of person RedArcher was. He was so hated by one of his best members that they actually completely turned sides and wanted to attack the server rather than support it.
of course, not saying that the server has like a super large player base or even like a small player base, but it's been super awesome to see the game modes and the players that do play enjoy or give it means of improvement, which is what I'm talking about here when I say that it's coming along really well. But about a year ago, a little bit after I started the server, which I actually started with no idea what I was doing with the Minecraft server. Granted, still I kind of have no idea what I'm doing, but we started this with absolutely zero idea of what I'm doing. So people were hacking their way into the server with various exploits, griefing the server and stuff, and in a matter of no time, I was able to find someone who could help me fix it, and it was a fun learning experience to see the server get a little bit destroyed, but really not that much damage happened at the time, and we got it fixed.
So I'm still right here. I don't know if he's referencing the quote-unquote DDoS, that whatever he's calling a DDoS. I don't know if he's referencing that or if he's referencing back when I got banned. But basically, there's a thing circulating in the Mediocraft community that me and StixDev and a few other people were participating in server griefing and I guess you could call it cyber attacks. I just want to clarify that that is not true. I was standing AFK on Lunar Client in the WireWars lobby when I was banned for quote server hacks, and of course, Red on his stream goes, "No, you were banned by the anti-cheat. You had, stuff injected into Lunar." No, I was AFK talking in a call on default Lunar. I was in a call with, I believe, Speakable Game, or who he's calling Speakable Game, which is their name has changed now. But I was in a call with him. He was actually on the server as well. He was opt, and he was the reason why he was opt was because he was actually helping me build. Funny enough, I was actually working for Red their whole morning, the whole day prior to getting banned and removed from staff for something which I'll get into here in a minute. But yeah, it's kind of sad, really, how he turns all the blame towards me and my friends, when in reality he's just trying to cover up who knows what. I don't know, stealing stuff, taking advantage of people. I don't know what he's trying to cover up, but yeah, let's continue.
And after that, it was smooth sailing. We had a few new WireWars updates and a ton of creators growing the server little by little, and even a few new game modes. To make this happen, we had quite a few staff members over the history of Mediocraft on the build team, and I can't say enough how awesome the maps and the builders that work on Mediocraft in the build team, like Brendan, 𝗚𝗚𝗚𝗚, Ceinx, and even the two maps Cake made, how great they are.
So I just want to point out there, during almost the entire time while I was staff, 𝗚𝗚𝗚𝗚𝗚, I believe, he was busy with school, so he was pretty much not there the entire time that I was there. And Brendan had only recently became builder, like as I was leaving. He was actually there during the whole ban thing, and but in between when I joined and then kind of towards the end there, I was pretty much the only builder that was actually adding to the server or doing anything. Hence why all of the maps that I have, they are complete maps, they're complete builds. Things that would have normally been built by a build team were actually built 100% by me, and that is why I have them on schematics, and that's why I use them. And for him to say that I'm stealing those maps is just a complete lie, because they are built by me. They were not built by the build team.
But one of my rules with any staff member is that I will give you staff if you meet the requirements, but at the same time, your staff membership, I guess, is subjective to your behavior. It's a basic thing, like, just don't be racist or homophobic. Keep away from that stuff, and you'll be good. It'll be smooth sailing.
So he says it'll be good. It'll be smooth sailing, which is not the case. I wanted to quit. I want to say for at least a month before I actually got banned. I wanted to quit. I wanted to leave. There's multiple times where I was talking to Pandy and SG misdemeanors. Was actually getting annoyed at me for talking to him about it. I did not want to work here. I didn't enjoy working for the server. Red was very, very annoying at sometimes. He was very toxic. He trolled constantly. It was not smooth sailing. The only thing I enjoyed about the community was, the people in it, other than Red, and being able to build for a server that actually had somewhat of a player base, people that would actually play the things that I would build. And I really enjoyed that. Not only that, but I was invested in it. I had spent time. I had even spent lots of real life money paying for the server, helping support the server. So that's why I felt like I couldn't leave, because I was kind of invested in the server.
I think this is a pretty good basis of pretty much any civilized society, but apparently in this situation that wasn't what happened, and I think my stance on racism goes without saying. Yeah. Anyways,
So he just says my stance on racism goes without saying. Anyways, yeah. So he doesn't really elaborate on that, but basically what he's trying to say is that this all started because, you know, he removed me for being racist, even though he's never actually told anyone what I did that was racist. And the person, Brendan, he was actually in the call when he removed me when we were having an argument, which might I add, he admitted, and he is the one that started that argument. He joined the call to help, and the first thing he says is, "Hey, look, it's Kamzy and two racists." We tried to ignore him, but he insisted on starting an argument, and it all just escalated from there. And I'm not gonna get into details, but basically he was choosing, you know, sides, and kind of just categorizing me based off of, you know, my political views. And I don't know why he would think, you know, what we were talking about was racist, but apparently, you know, if you believe certain things, then that just means that you're inherently racist. So I never said anything racist. I'm not racist. So I don't know what else to say. He has no proof that I'm racist. He's never actually explained what he means by I'm racist. He gets his fans, other people, to tell me that I'm racist and block me, and I can't even have a discussion with them because they're just solid hardcore. They believe that I'm racist.
So those are the main things you can't do as a staff member on Mediocraft. Like,
I should know that you can't be racist because I'm the one who wrote the rules for Mediocraft. I typed the entire page of rules for the Discord and for the Minecraft server and for the website all myself, and I sent them to Red. He viewed it a little bit, and then I did some changes for him. I don't remember if he added anything to them, but I am the one who typed almost all of the rules. So if anyone should know the rules, it should be me, because I am the one who actually organized and typed them all. So out of everyone there, I would be the person to know that racism isn't tolerated, not only on his server, but in society. It's kind of just a general rule of thumb. Don't be racist. Like, it's just not something you should do.
Like, this isn't Bucky Tour. Now, Ceinx, one of our former builders, was one of the most devoted members of the build team we've ever had on Mediocraft in general, and one of the biggest donators financially. While being greedy would be the easy route, and trust me, it would have benefited Mediocraft a lot financially, like so much. An unfortunate situation did end up happening. This Ceinx guy decided to make some racist statements, and I just couldn't have a racist person on my staff team. As the owner of the server, I made a call that he can't be a staff member. It was in the terms of being a staff member. You can't do that.
Like I said, I'm the one who wrote the terms. And not only that, he says racist remarks, but he never elaborates on what those remarks were or even comes close to that. So as far as I'm concerned, he's just making it all up. I don't know why he would think I'm racist. But yeah. Another thing is he admits that financially it would have been a good decision for him to keep me on the staff team. And I think he's just trying to cover his butt by saying that, you know, it's a really hard thing for me, you know, I'm so torn that I had to get rid of him, you know, because it really hurt the server. I had to get rid of him, you know, so I feel really, you know, I had to do it. It just had to be done. Like, he's trying to, like, hype himself up. He's trying to make himself look like he's the better out of the situation, and how he knows all, like, he's making the best decision in this scenario, and he's overlooking the server, and he's just doing the right thing. Like, no, you're just covering up the fact that you're taking advantage of me. You're taking my time, my money, and you're using it for something that you want to use. Like, you're just trying to, you know, hype yourself up. It's really messed up.
It's just not It's not okay. Now, this isn't the same as some sort of exposed video where the person is constantly harming the community. It was just an unfortunate situation where he made an ignorant statement that was against the terms of being a mediocre staff member. So until he could clean up his act and do whatever was necessary to do that, he was out.
And then he says until he could clean up or whatever. And if you actually scroll down in the comments, you can see Papermill says, you guys should get in a VC and sort things out. And then he says, I would have if he wanted until the cyber attacks, which is too far. He never gave me the opportunity to sort things out or even discuss anything with him because he had blocked me from all sources of contact. He stopped replying to my emails. He banned me from both Discord servers. And anyone that was in contact with him who I tried to send messages through them, they eventually just didn't respond to me because I assumed Red would ignore them as well.
He wasn't being a staff member while saying things like that. I'd hope most people can understand that, because saying something that is genuinely openly racist is what we call bad. Now,
so this is the third time he said what I did was racist and it is bad. Like, yes, if you're racist, that is bad. That is an obvious thing. But he still hasn't explained, he still hasn't explained to even me why it was racist or how it was racist. In fact, as far as I know, he doesn't even know the definition of racism, because if he did, he would know that what we were talking about wasn't even anything to do with race.
After he was demoted, not even a day later, I realized that he had given his alt and a few of his friends perms, so after he was demoted, he could still do stuff. Now, you might be wondering, Red, how did you realize this by chance? Were you by chance double checking all the opt members? Did you by chance see the server logs maybe? No, that's not it. He was just blowing up the entire WireWars log.
So he says that I opt alts and then I was hacking and then apparently I was blowing up the WireWars lobby. None of those are true. First of all, 𝗧𝗛𝗚𝗦, he was opt already. Like I'm pretty sure I already said that in the beginning. He was already opt, and he I believe actually unbanned me once, so I got back on the server and I did not do anything. And then Red, I think, banned me again. So Speak sent me an alt so I could get on the server. And of course, I'm trying to spread the word. You know, I'm trying to tell people, like, Red, this is a bad server. Stay away from the server. Like, don't come here. Like, you don't. I hated working here. And I don't think anyone should play on the server. So I created, this is exactly what happened. Red can twist this and call it whatever he wants. He can call it griefing. I created NPCs, and I created them in a discrete location. I didn't even put them like all over the lobby where everyone can see it. I put them in a discrete location where they wouldn't be in the way and where they wouldn't distract players. Only someone who was wandering around the lobby looking for them would have found them. I created NPCs with sorry, my head hurts. I created custom NPCs with the Citizens plugin that had names with messages on them, and most of the messages were just me warning people to get off of the server and to avoid RedArcher, which I would still tell anyone watching this video to just stay away from him. He is universally hated throughout the Bridge community. Anyone that's been friends with him long enough knows that he's an annoying person, and only a few people are actually brave enough to stay around him and put up with his beliefs and mindsets and everything, him being toxic and being annoying. So to the people out there that do put up with him, congrats. You're very strong-willed. Me, on the other hand, I cannot put up with him.
Lobby. So yeah, logically I took away the perms and did the good old banneroo.
So he says he took away the perms and then did a banneroo, but when in reality all he did was ban my alt, and then Speakable Game, he also got banned, and there was actually no damage done to the server. He says that it was completely destroyed and he couldn't fix it, and he had to restart the server, which actually was very unfortunate for one of our builders. Brendan had spent an entire day building a new lobby, which he had actually shown me, and it was amazing. It was such a good lobby, and it got completely deleted because Red had restarted the reset the world folder, I believe, to a backup. And of course, Brendan was rightfully angry at me at first because Red blamed it on me and said it was my fault. So Brendan came to me instead of going to RedArcher. At first, anyways.
Not even a few hours later, the guy got his friends on and they started hopping around the server.
And then he says, the guy, he's talking about me, got his friends on. 𝗚𝗚𝗚𝗚 was on his own, and I believe one other person on his own will, on the server hopping and hacking. I didn't ask him to do that. He was just doing that. If anyone knows, he doesn't anymore. I believe he came clean, but he used to hack on like pay-to-win servers and hacked servers and cracked servers. I mean, and to get back at the owners. And in fact, I believe he's actually creating a new thing where he's going to go find pay-to-win servers that are violating the EULA terms or whatever, and he's going to try to expose them. But that's besides the point. It has nothing to do with me. Red's just trying to point the blame on me again. His server was just getting attacked because the people knew what was happening because I was telling them, and they were attacking Red back.
Because that's the logical thing to do as a response to the situation. But after he got all his alts banned, I figured that would be the end of it, right? I mean, keep in mind, this was a 20-year-old adult. Most people of that age would realize it's just a Minecraft server and move on. And keep in mind, this was a few months ago, but as I'm making this video now, I think we know that's not what happened. 2 days ago, the server got DDoSed. Woo! Yay, fun! After my server started getting crashed and I realized not much later the server was in fact just being straight up DDoSed. That's annoying.
So he admitted on his live stream that a lot of the server crashing that was happening wasn't actually DDoSing. He could tell from the logs or whatever that it was not DDoSing and that it was just a exploit within Minecraft. It was a Minecraft bug, I guess. He knew that and he admitted that on stream, but he did say that the first attack, this is his words, not mine, the first attack was an actual DDoS. When in fact all of the quote attacks were not, they were all the same. They were, as far as I know, they were all the same. I am in contact with the two people that were doing this quote DDoSing, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as my research goes, what they were doing was not illegal, which is what he's about to start talking about, how it's illegal. And not only is it not illegal, but those two people, one of them is not Dantrax, who he does blame on, and the other is not me. One is Speakable Game, and the other is another person, which he does not mention in this video, so I will not mention their name. But there were two people who got on, and they decided to start crashing and lagging the server. Obviously, they had a reason to attack the server because they knew what Red was doing to me. I've told them all kinds of things about what he did as an owner and what he's doing, and him saying that we stole maps and all this other garbage. So they're rightfully mad at Red, as am I. So let's continue.
So I did what any logical server owner would do, and I looked into DDoS protection. Now, this initial attack was in fact a DDoS attack, and if any server owners are interested, I would highly suggest TCP Shield, which actually was able to mitigate the DDoS attacks that they, I guess, tried. Now that DDoS protection was set up, it turns out that Ceinx and the gang decided to resort to other cyber attacks.
So he says we decided to resort to other cyber attacks, even though, and he says we, the gang, he's really talking about Speakable Game and another person. Those are the people that were actually doing it. I had nothing to do with it. I knew that it happened after it happened, and I knew that it was happening while it was happening after the first attack. The first quote attack happened, and then I found out afterwards, because I didn't even know what they were doing existed. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know that it was called DDoSing, if that's what you call it. So he says we went on to other forms of cyber attacks, and then I'll play it here in a second. He never elaborates like at all. Like he never goes on to explain himself or what that means. He just says it and then just moves on. So as far as I'm concerned, that's just a complete made up lie. Again, I'm not the person who was on the server attacking it, so maybe they were doing some other things trying to attack it, and maybe I don't know about it, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just something he made up.
They used various other cyber attacks to continue taking down various Mediocraft servers, and here we are today. So it turns out Ceinx found this weird hacker guy named Speakable Game, not to be confused with Unspeakable Gaming. And this Speakable Game guy was actually a player on the server back in the days, which, funny enough, was just one of Ceinx's hacker friends, which...
He's not just one of my hacker friends. He's been a real friend of mine for a very long time. And I think the Mediocraft, maybe not the people within it, but Red definitely deserved what happened to his server. And I know that sounds really harsh, but it is true. I don't think he's a very good owner, and I think he kind of had this coming, honestly, which, I mean, it makes it look kind of like I would be the person to do it, but I'm not a very vengeful person, so it's not something that I would do.
Which is great. Anyways, it turns out Ceinx just incited it and was part of the initial DDoS attack, but wasn't...
Again, I didn't incite anything, and I wasn't part of it until after it happened. And when I say I wasn't part until after, that means I didn't even know about it until after. After it happened the first time, that's when I found out about it, and that's when I was in contact with the people who were doing it, the Speakable Game and the other person. And I knew it was happening. I wasn't inciting it, so I had nothing to do with it. And he says he wants to legally charge me for it, and he can't because I had nothing to do with it. So again, like I said in the beginning of the video, you're welcome to come after me with whatever you want, but good luck, because you don't really have much, if anything.
It was actually one of his buddies, Speakable Game, and Dantrax. They've been...
And then he says Speakable Game and Dantrax, when in reality, Dantrax wasn't even home. He didn't even have access to Minecraft or the internet. Or I guess maybe he had internet because his school has internet, but he didn't even have access to Discord because he's in school, and his school blocks a lot of stuff. So Dantrax had absolutely nothing to do with it. In fact, I think at 11 o'clock at night that day, which is hours after it happened, is actually when Dan was finally back online and found out about the situation.
Using cyber attacks to attack the backend servers, like literally yesterday, last night, this morning. So yeah, that's always really fun. Now, as I said, I won't be getting into the legality of this, but as far as I'm concerned, I even warned him that I can take further action, and I can't take this farther.
And then he says he warned me that he can take it farther, but I had nothing to do with it in the first place. And then nothing happened after that, so he's like making up a scenario where he warned me about it and then like gave me a chance, when in reality I'm not even the person he should be giving a chance to, and it didn't happen multiple times. So for him to say that he gave me a warning and make himself look like a good person is just completely fabricated.
He knows that, so any further actions, he knows what he's doing and what the consequences could be.
And then he says, I know what I'm doing and what the consequences could be, as if I'm the person doing it and I actually know how to DDoS a server and I actually know how to use hacks or whatever. I don't even know what any of this is. And I know a lot of hackers will play the innocent card and say that they don't know. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Like, what's X-ray? I don't X-ray. Like, I'm not trying to play the innocent card. I legitimately don't know what most of this is, and I don't know what most of it means. And I didn't play a part in it, like I've said multiple times throughout this video. So he can charge me with whatever he wants, but he's just gonna lose.
So as far as I know right now, we will have to deal with an angry man upset about losing his Minecraft server.
And then he says I'm upset about losing my Minecraft server staff position, which in fact is not the case. I wanted to leave for a very long time. I was rightfully upset because I had worked really hard for that position, and I had paid a lot of money to be part of that server, and I probably wouldn't have been as mad initially if I was still able to join the server and actually communicate with my friends on the server. But that was not the case. I just completely removed from everything. So it was a really abrupt thing that took hours for me to actually start figuring out. At first I actually thought it was another one of his sick jokes, that he was playing on me, because he had done similar things in the past for no reason. I've been timed out, I've been banned, I've been removed from the server, I've had my staff rank removed multiple times for no reason, and then given back to me at random times. And I know it wasn't server bugs. I know one time I think it was a server bug. All the other times are just him poking fun at me for no reason. And then whenever he was tired or sleepy or like busy, he would just do and say the most absurd, rude, toxic things that you could imagine someone doing without actually violating any terms of service. And he would direct it all towards me, usually because I would be the person that would be cooperating with him and actually working on the server the most. So I feel like that's why I got most of that toxicity from him. It's because I was one of the only staff that were actually active. Pandyrito was another extremely active staff, and I talked with her about it several times, and she even told me that he's like that sometimes, and I just have to deal with it, which I can't. I didn't want to, so I just decided I didn't want to work there anymore.
Staff rank, I guess. But yeah, that's the end of that video. I don't even know if I can outro this with like a hope you enjoyed the video, but because yeah, this is not that type of video. But at the same,
as he's chuckling while he's saying that, of course it's a good video that you want to make because you literally got it monetized, and not only did you get it monetized, but you're advertising your Minecraft server. So as far as I'm concerned, you probably wanted to make this video.
same time, I'll see you guys in the next stream or whatever, because I've actually been streaming a lot on YouTube lately. So yeah, join one of those, because that's pretty epic. See you guys there.
Yeah, join the live stream, but I can't, because I can't comment on it and no one can see my comments, so that's cool. But yeah, definitely go watch those quality live streams. Yeah, they're great.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yeah. And then his video is monetized. So here's an ad. There was an ad at the beginning of the video as well. So yeah, go ahead and hit up the comment section. I'll be checking this comment section. If you guys realize I'm on a grayed out my Google account, that's because I'm on a Google alt, because he actually banned my normal account. So yeah, I guess that's it for this. I hope you enjoyed. Don't hack on Mediocraft, because apparently you're going to get a lawsuit filed against you for doing something that's apparently illegal, even though you had nothing to do with it. This whole thing is so stupid.